to get an additional $40.
Good morning, everybody.
Send an assortment of mouthwatering favorites guaranteed to impress. Like
Fix
the
my hair
legendary
here.
Butcher's Cut Filet Mignon, air-chilled boneless chicken, ultra juicy burgers, even easy-to-prepare, ready-in-a-flash comfort meals. Omaha Steaks is ready to ship your order right away, so shop early and beat the shipping rush. Go to omahasteaks.com and use promo code TREAT at checkout. Omaha Steaks is a gift from the heart, remembered with every unforgettable bite. Order with complete confidence today, knowing you're ordering the very best. Visit omahasteaks.com, get 50% off site-wide, plus use promo code TREAT at checkout to get that extra $40 off your order. Minimum order may be required.
A Grammy-winning singer, songwriter, and arranger has died.
Alan Copeland worked with everyone, including Ella Fitzgerald, Frank Sinatra, and Bing Crosby. He performed with Robert Mitchell's Boy Choir and the Modernaires. Copeland eventually went solo and became a featured performer on Your Hit Parade. Among the songs he wrote,
Come a little closer, make love to me.
And he won a Grammy for a mashup between the Mission Impossible theme and the Beatles song Norwegian Wood. The Hollywood Reporter says Alan Copeland passed away December 28th in an assisted living facility in California. He was 96. I'm Kenneth Burns.
Two-time tennis champion Naomi Osaka has pulled out of the Australian Open without elaborating on the reason. The 25-year-old took some time away from competitive tennis and made several disclosures in 2021 about her struggles with her mental health. Osaka pulled out of the French Open that year, saying she had suffered long bouts of depression since winning her first major championship in 2018. Stranger Things star Noah Schnapp has revealed that he shares more in common with his on-screen character Will Byers than he previously thought. The actor, 18, shared a TikTok video on Thursday in which he identifies himself as gay. Stranger Things will end with its 5th season, which is set to be comprised of 8 episodes. I'm Corey Myers, USA News.
Have you ever picked up a towel set because it felt really soft in the store, but then when you go to use it, it's not very absorbent? That's why MyPillow has developed the MyPillow towels. Towels that work. The 6-piece towel set includes 2 bath towels, 2 hand towels, and 2 washcloths. And right now you can receive a 6-piece set for only $39.98 with promo code USA. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the radio listener special, and enter promo code USA, or call 800-951-8175. That's MyPillow.com, promo code USA.
See, it's just gonna give me a hard time. Okay, good.
This program are those of the host and do not express the views of WVDF ownership or Hometown Talk Radio. Content aired on all programs are those of the host and their guests.
270. Got it. Open. Come on. Play. There we go. All right.
Hey, Joey, what's happening? I mean, what's happening in Middleboro and surrounding towns? It's time for the Middleboro Weekend Review with your host, Joey Driscoll. Stay tuned for news, Middleboro news, here on AM 1530 WVBF. Hey, Joey, what's happening?
And it is Middleboro in review. It is January 8th, 2023. And I'm
January what?
January 8th, 2023.
Right.
That's what I said.
Okay. I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you. I just said January 2023. I didn't hear the 8th. I didn't hear the 8th. Just making sure.
I did. I said that.
Okay.
And we're joined by Professor Don.
Good morning, Joe.
Hi, Don. How are you?
I'm all right. How are you doing today on this January 8th?
Pretty good.
Yeah?
Pretty good. Before we start, I want to quickly thank Chuck Hart for joining us last week on the show. A great, fun and informative program that we had with the president of St. Vincent de Paul, Don.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun. He's a great guy. He said he could try to come back on next month, so that'd be good. Looking forward to that.
Absolutely.
Once he lets us know, we'll let everyone know when he's going to be back on. But we had a lot of fun. It's just that hour flew by. So yeah, it's good. It's important. He was happy to be here, so he could, tell the word about St. Vincent de Paul and the food pantry for Carver, Middleboro, Lakeville, and Rochester. It's very important, especially now, people in need. Plus, he's going to tell us more about the heat assistance, fuel assistance programs, and the other programs, veteran programs, everything that's they have coming. So it's really important to tune in. And we'll let everyone know. But we had fun. We had a lot of, it was a good New Year's Day present.
All right, and just want to give a quick update on Buffalo Bills player Damar Hamlin. He is awake in the hospital. He has released his first public statement since the incident, and it's from Instagram, from his Instagram page, and it says, "When you put real love out into the world, it comes back to you 3 times as much. The love has been overwhelming, but I am thankful for every single person that has prayed for me and reached out. We brung the world back together behind this. If you know me, you know this only gonna make me stronger. On a long road, keep praying for me. Hashtag number 3 strong." That's his number 3. This is really good news that he is that he's doing very well, and
Great to hear that. It's great to hear you can put out a statement when everyone thought the worst.
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
a week ago.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's a lot of praying.
And his toy drive that he helps run as well has gained over $8.3 million as well. A lot of people coming together and donating to his toy drive as well, and that's a really good thing as well. Don, your thoughts?
Yeah, it's all good. I mean, he's probably still in the hospital. He's recovering. I mean, that's he's on the ropes on that department. But it's good he's able to do a statement, and his charities are doing well. And it's just they canceled the game. It was devastating.
They did. Yeah.
How can you play? How can you feel good about a game when somebody like that had a major medical issue on the field? But that's good. He's going to be rooting for his teams, but I'm not going to be rooting for his team. We're going to be rooting for the Patriots Day, right?
Yes.
Patriots and Bills, right?
Yeah, I'll be rooting. I'll be rooting for the Patriots. I'll keep the Bills in mind though as well.
Oh yeah, the Bills are a good team.
I'll keep the Bills in mind as well.
It's going to be a tough order for the Patriots to beat the Bills, right, Joey?
It will be very tough.
And they're paying.
I'm gonna be perfectly honest. It'll be very difficult for
the Patriots. Buffalo, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be very difficult for the Patriots to win this afternoon.
Will they shovel their way in there?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know
what's going on.
I don't know.
In that department.
I think they had some melting, but that was devastating. All the
it really was.
All the snow. There was a lot of.
Was.
I heard something where this is talk about not much common sense, but there was a story I saw online where I think it was a local New York Buffalo news channel was talking to a group of Korean tourists who rented a van to go see Niagara Falls, and they got stuck in a neighborhood. I mean, why would you drive into that? I mean, they're telling you, it's 10 feet, there's 4 feet of snow on the highway. Why would you go to Niagara Falls? Why would you plan to not go to Niagara Falls? I mean, the rest of the country didn't have the snow they had. It's like their little bubble in their little area was buried because of all the lake effect snow. Why would you drive into that? I don't get it. I don't get when people get stuck on the highway. I know people gotta go to work and whatnot, but it's just a lot of common sense goes out the window when it comes to snowstorms. People getting stranded in their vehicles. There's no need of it.
Yeah.
You can't. You drive into the abyss, so you gotta have issues. It's just.
I think the tourist factor is a lot of people who are coming maybe did not know that that there was some major snowstorms in Buffalo, because I mean there were. How can you not know? Well, yes, you're driving into it, but going into that area, they did not know. Some people maybe weren't even coming from.
I'm sure. You know what? The
area.
I mean, most states are pretty good about advertising on the highway with their bulletin boards.
Yeah.
They really are.
And I'm sure New York is too.
And I was surprised they didn't even shut the highways down. Maybe they did it a little too late. I guess it's slippery slope. I mean, you shut the highway down, now supplies can't get in to, take care of the population. So it's just, what do you do? But you hope for common sense on most people who don't belong, You don't need to go to Niagara Falls and drive through 10 feet of snow to go to Niagara Falls. So Niagara Falls is probably closed.
But also, there are tourists that will do that.
Yeah,
that will go into those kind of situations because they want to go see that attraction.
Right.
That is a thing.
It's just unfortunate that it's called timing. Sometimes people don't know when to pull the plug, meaning turn around and say, this isn't going to work. We'll have problems.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll go to, I don't know, we'll go back to New York City and catch a show, or maybe we'll do something else. Maybe we'll get away from the snow. But the state is pretty good about letting people know about.
Yeah.
They really are. They got bulletin boards everywhere. So, I mean, you drive past 10 bulletin boards saying, turn around, don't go here, and then you get stuck, and then you expect to be rescued. They will rescue you, but I mean, it's not fair to the. This was the first time, I think 2 weeks ago, the Buffalo Fire Department was incapacitated. They could not move. Yeah. All their trucks were stuck out in the streets. I don't think there was one fire truck that was in their garage or in their barns, in their fire stations. They're all stuck out. It was that bad. Snow just piled on that bad. So that's for, everyone knows how bad Buffalo can get, but there's, like I said, you got the once in 500-year storms that people are going to be ready for. And if you live in Buffalo, be ready for it between November and March. Period.
Yes.
Get ready to hunker down.
100% important to do so.
I mean, in 2015, this region got devastated with snow, 104 inches.
Yeah.
It did not stop. And you're looking out the window on January 8th and say, wow, it's going to be pretty, it's going to be in the 30s today. There's no snow on the ground.
Yep.
All that snow started on January 26th.
Yeah, so very late in January.
Exactly.
So we're not out of the woods.
January, all of February, most of March.
We are not out of the woods.
No. So, if you got things to do outside, get it done or whatever. Just you can buy your time, you get more of your chores done or whatnot. But
yeah,
it's we're gonna pay for it.
We're really not out of the woods when it comes to New England and winter and the weather. No. We're not really out of the woods until about the 1st of April.
Right. No. Yeah. We can expect a storm anytime.
Yeah, and even in April, April can be very hit or miss as well. Well, mostly with rain.
Yes. Well, we had the April Fool's storm. I think it was in 1997. We had it was 2 feet of snow came out of nowhere. It melted 3 days later.
Yeah. But
it was the April 1st storm, April Fool's storm. So.
Speaking of weather, Middleboro, 25 degrees outside. Pretty cold. It's going to warm up a little bit today. 39 degrees for today. Sunny skies when the sun does come up. The sun's not out yet, but it will come out eventually today. 25 degrees for the low tonight. Tomorrow, rain in the forecast. 44 degrees with a low of 28. Tuesday, 42. And mostly sunny skies. And it's going to be in the 50s come the end of the week as well. But, of course, with 50-degree weather comes rain, and that's what will happen on Friday when it's going to be 51 degrees, but it will be raining outside. Taunton, 25 degrees, a high of 39 today. Tomorrow, 44 degrees. Driscoll, North Dakota, 8. A high of 21 today and a low of 3 tonight in Driscoll, North Dakota. Tomorrow, 23 degrees. Mostly sunny skies, and it's sunny skies right now in Driscoll, North Dakota. And Driscoll, Texas. 1 second, I did not have Driscoll, Texas up. Let me just get that up. It is 55 degrees, cloudy skies today. A high of 71 and rain in the forecast. A high of 72 tomorrow, and then the sun comes back out in Driscoll, Texas, where it's going to shoot up to the 80s, 86 on Wednesday, which I don't know if that's normal for that area in January. I'm not sure. But 86 on Wednesday, very interesting, Driscoll, Texas. All right, so it is 7:20 a.m., and we're going to take a quick commercial break. We got a couple of things we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about the Polar Plungers in Lakeville.
Oh, it's cold.
Yep, there is an event that is planned for March in Lakeville, Polar Plungers, and we're going to talk a little bit about that. We're going to talk about the L Street Brownies as well, and Polar Plungers like that. We're going to talk about that in the first segment. We're also going to talk about another event going on in Lakeville. The Webb Telescope is a subject of an event coming up in Lakeville at the COA, coming up next week, next Friday. So that should be a fun event. We'll talk a little bit more about that as well. And along with several other things as well on today's show. So we'll be right back here on Middleboro in Review. Today's date is January 8th, 2023. If you want to call in, 508-822-1106 is the number. And you're listening to WVBF 1530 AM and 99.7 FM. We'll be right back. All right. That's my log.
Combat Veteran Motorcycle Association is an association of combat veterans from all branches of the United States Armed Forces who ride motorcycles as a hobby. Our mission is to support those who have defended our country and freedoms. Our focus is to help veteran care facilities provide a warm meal, clothing, shelter, and guidance. Or simply
Okay.
thank you and welcome home.
We're back.
We have members from nearly all 50 states and living abroad.
36.
So we go down Tom's, watch the football game after?
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm not gonna see him in a month, so I won't see him
Alright.
before he leaves. I know I'm gonna see him tomorrow when I drive him
Donate to various veteran care facilities and veteran charities. To learn more about the Combat Veteran Motorcycle Association and how you can join or support, please visit cvma2-2.org.
Hi, this is Martha Copeland, your host for Medicare Moment with Martha. Each week, we present the latest information on health, legal, and lifestyle issues that affect you and your family. It's fascinating, fast-paced, and fun as we explore all aspects of the Medicare maze. So join me for Medicare Moment with Martha, Saturday mornings at 8 and Sunday mornings at 9 on AM 1530 and 99.7 FM, WVBF, your hometown radio station.
Spark Street Auto Body, located at 48 Spark Street in Brockton, Massachusetts, offers the highest quality collision repair and complete auto service for your car. They are a direct repair shop for all major insurance companies. You can reach them at 508-583-1495. They are open Monday through Thursday, 8 to 5, and 8 to 4 on Fridays. Call them today. You will not be disappointed. 508-583-1495.
Hi, this is Jim Logan. Hope you can join me every Sunday from noon to 2 o'clock here on WBBF, The Sounds of the Emerald Isle. We'll have some great Irish music, some folk, traditional, country, and contemporary, and sometimes some live singers in the studio. And to make you laugh, some Irish comedy. That's Sundays from noon to 2 right here on WBBF.
Oh, you know what?
1530 Taunton, Middleboro.
Wow,
and
today the
online
great
at
glasses spell?
talkradio.com.
Next week, I think.
You sure?
I think so. It's not today. It's next week. It falls on Sunday this year. It's not today. I think it's... What?
Well, then let it run through.
Sorry.
Hometown Talk Radio. Content
Just let it run through. Let it run through.
those of the host
I'm doing
and
it.
their guests.
I don't know why I hit that.
That's fine.
No big deal.
You starting over? What are you doing?
What am I doing today? Yeah. What am I doing? Okay. Back on track. I don't know what I'm doing
You only
today.
got one job to do.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what I'm doing today.
It's good.
Alright. 3, 2, and 1. And we're back as I turn down the music here and turn Don's mic back on.
You don't want to turn Don's mic on. Don's got to say something. Don's got to have
Of course.
He got a snappy remark.
Of course, Don. So, Don.
Yes.
New Year's Day was the 119th edition of the annual L Street Brownies New Year's Day Plunge. A South Boston tradition since 1904. Don, what are your thoughts on that and polar plunges in general?
I think those people are nuts. Out of their minds. I don't know. I never thought of ever thinking about signing up for that. But I'm not sure how long they stay in. I've seen it. Some people run in and then run out, and then other crazy people go in and they swim around like it's July. I don't know. It's just a tradition, I guess, to say you did it.
Yeah.
I've never had the desire to do that. I was thinking about it when I was in my 20s, but thought about that for less than two seconds, and it's like it's not for me. But yeah, that's 1904. Wow, that's a tradition, and
yeah, it's the L Street Brownies.
it's a way to
New Year's
bring
Day.
in the new year, I guess.
The New Year's Day Plunge, the L Street Brownies New Year's Day Plunge, is the oldest polar bear. The L Street Brownies, they're the oldest polar bear club in America. Again, this has been a Southern tradition since 1904. So it's this past New Year's Day was the 119th edition, and for some people, it's really important. I read an article on the 2nd, Monday, January 2nd, when I did the news. This is from that article. Graham Briggs was interviewed for it as well. He's someone who they interviewed, who did this article, interviewed. And Graham Briggs, January 1st, 2023, marked 15 years of sobriety for him. It's kind of my baptism every year, Briggs said. It's just kind of a cleansing and reminding of staying healthy. Every year we come with our family, and it's great. And it's a great cause, and we love it, a man named Gary said. So it means a lot to people. It really does. It's for some people, it's not just a polar plunge. It's a whole lot more than that. Don, your
Well,
thoughts?
traditions are important to some people, even though, like, you can't compare you and I going to the high school football game for all those years.
Yeah.
But it's our tradition. I mean, we'll go out and stand in the freezing cold when we could have just stayed in our warm beds for that time, but we decided to go out and watch the football game, the Middleboro Carver game.
Yeah.
So it's tradition. It's just something that it's important. I mean, you had an operation on your legs, and you were in a wheelchair, and I suggested let's can it, and you got mad at me. You're like, no, we're going.
Yeah.
So here I'm in pushing the wheelchair down the hill over at Bates Field, down that big hill. Got right in there, and it was cold, it was windy. I think it was chilly that day, but we stand out there with our iced coffees, because it's tradition, because it's
Yes.
something that it's for me, for you and I, it's our bond that we're always going to do. And I always said to myself, if you ever move out west or get married and we're away from each other, there's one thing we could always count on is we'll fly. Even if I lived in Alaska and you lived in Timbuktu, would always be in Middleboro on Thanksgiving, watching the football game.
Absolutely.
The only reason we haven't been doing it now, and the tradition's kind of gotten broken, is because
because I'm here.
because you're here.
I work.
But that's our new tradition, is being here with you on Thanksgiving.
Yes.
So being here at the radio station, and we were on this Thanksgiving with the news, and we had a pre-Thanksgiving show. We had Lori Kirby here.
Yeah.
She was here for the hour, and we had a lot of fun doing that prior to the football game. But technically, tradition's still here because you are airing the football game.
Exactly.
Maybe not the Middleboro Carver game, but you're airing with the Taunton game. or
The
whatnot.
Taunton Tigers, yeah.
Right. So that's fine. The tradition got a little sidetracked from us sitting on the spectators, but it's still in the same realm. We're broadcasting, which I think is more exciting than being there. But that's maybe some point we'll be on the sidelines again. But maybe one day that will happen again.
Okay. To finish off this topic about polar plunges, Lakeville has a polar plunge coming up in March. Lakeville police are taking the plunge into a new fundraiser that involves bracing cold water and warm, generous hearts. The polar plunge, which benefits Special Olympics, comes to the shores of Clear Pond for the first time. Supported by the Lakeville Police Department. During the March 11th event, hardy souls will leave the comfort of shore and jump into Clear Pond. This is no typical day at the beach. The calendar may be moving towards spring, but water temperatures will most likely remain very cold. They will most likely be very cold.
You know what? It had all winter to be cold. So maybe that plunge would be more uncomfortable in March than it would be in January.
Yes.
Especially this year. Because January, they go, January 1st or whatnot. But I mean, we really didn't have a cold December or a cold November at all. So, I mean, the water's still chilly. But come lake water in March after January and February, that's cold. That's brave. And fresh water, too, a little different than salt water. So, this is my 2 cents.
Yes. Participants raise money by seeking out sponsorships for their plunges. Raising $10,000 to $15,000 would make this an incredible first-year polar plunge, said Stephanie Esposito, AVB of Development for Special Olympics, Massachusetts. A couple other things with this. Post-plunge festivities will include food, music, and awards for top fundraisers, and costumes. Warming areas and hot chocolate will also be provided as well, and police dive teams will be on hand for security. Those who raise $100 or more will receive a polar plunge shirt. Participants should brace for the cold, but keep in mind that the plunge can be very brief.
Yeah, really brief.
But cold.
But there's always one crazy person who's going to be swimming around, hanging out.
Yes.
Who wants to be the one who can outlast everybody.
Yes.
So.
And check-in is at 9 a.m. on Plunge Day.
Plunge Day should be like no time. 9. Oh
9.
my God.
Check-in is at 9. Check-in is at 9, and the plunge itself is scheduled for 11 a.m. To sign up or for more information, you can visit polarplungema.org. Still got plenty of time to sign up if you would like to.
Be good if you want to sign up.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'll think about that.
I don't.
I'll think about it.
Maybe, you know what? They're not saying you you're not saying you can't donate and not jump in the water.
Yeah, yes.
That might be better.
That might be a better thing.
That might be a better option for some people.
Might be a better option.
Here's a donation, but I don't want to jump in the water. Okay, I'll throw my rubber ducky in instead of you can sit there and sing the rubber ducky song. So.
Okay, I gotta take a quick commercial break. I want to do this a little early because I want to dive into a topic. I want to dive into the James Webb Telescope. I want to go a little bit further into detail about what it is because there is an event in Lakeville where the James Webb Telescope is the subject. And is the subject. we're gonna talk about that right after this break. You're listening to Middleboro in Review.
I guess Lakeville is in the news.
Lakeville is definitely in the news. Yes, Middleboro is in the news a little bit as well.
I want to complain. Do I get to my complaints? I haven't ranted in a while.
Yeah, we'll do that next.
I won't do it. I'm going to complain, and my favorite topic to complain about. Just take a guess. Take a wild guess.
We're gonna do that next, and then we're gonna do James Webb Telescope after that.
No, do the James Webb first, and then
no. Yours is gonna be brief. Your thing is gonna be brief.
Super duper brief.
Mine is not gonna be brief.
Okay. So you're telling me
mine's gonna be more longer than.
So you're telling me you go first because
go first
because. Mine's longer, and I'm the host.
No,
and that's how it
yours
is.
shorter. Yours is shorter. My topic's a little bit longer.
That's how it is. I'll shut your mic off if you complain. Right?
I want to make sure I cover all the bases with the James Webb Telescope. For this event.
Okay, so I guess we should take a commercial and get.
Let's take our commercial break, and we will be right back here on Middleboro Review 15 on WVBF 1530 AM and 99.7 FM. We'll be right back. Actually play the right thing this time. Good. Awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
You know what that reminds me of? That was bad. There was the Howard Stern movie. You ever see the Howard Stern movie?
Yes.
Remember the part he's a DJ in the college radio station, and he says if you like, well, they played right, and he like. Drop something on the thing and on the record. And, it was a disaster. He dropped something off the radio and the record player fell on the floor.
Combat Veteran Motorcycle Association is an association.
I guess when they were running the albums back in the day, you had to be really careful with the needles and stuff. Needles scratch across the thing. So everyone would be like, listen, like,
Okay. James Webb Telescope.
Do you want to go to that place over the bridge and get some pizza before we go to Tom's, or do you want to just go to Tom's?
What place?
Yeah, we can go there, or we can go to Mark Anthony's.
Mark Anthony's is okay. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with any of them.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with any pizza place as long as it's good.
Well, I'll call Tom and bring some. I guess we can bring some a lot.
Yeah.
Maybe have it delivered. I don't know. They cash only though. I'll get plenty from cash.
Do they deliver?
Yeah, but
what am I doing here? All right.
I think they do. Maybe not. I don't know.
I can look it up after the show.
Yeah.
I'll look it up.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go. Few things I do with the house, get a shower, and I'm dropping some clothes off. So I'll be back here at 12.
Okay.
Yeah, because I ain't doing anything this afternoon. I'm relaxing. I've worked every day. I'm working this morning too.
Okay. James Webb Telescope next. 3, 2, 1, and 0. And we're back. Sorry. Turn down the music here, and I'm gonna hand the mic over to Dawn real quick,
okay.
And then we're gonna do James Webb Telescope.
All right. Well,
information.
Give me the hairy eyeball when I'm going over. Okay.
Okay, sounds good.
Do like one of these, like stick your head, just give me the hairy eyeball. I'll take your glasses off, or just do something.
Well, we just took our last commercial break, so I mean we don't need to have another commercial break during this hour. So,
but you need to have the hairy eyeball
Yes.
because I just bring that out in people.
Okay.
Joey, you did tell me that the new Green Line extension. Are you sure about that? Because I didn't double check. I'm just going on your research. Is closing up next weekend for some repair work.
I believe so.
You sure? Before I start ranting about this, because if you're wrong on your research, I'm done.
I'll double look. I'll double check it.
But I'll start. Okay. Joey told me. No, this is all on you, Joey, because I'm just going. Maybe I should have looked it up, but I'm thinking you as a crack research guy.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't air any information that was wrong. So.
Yeah. No. Okay. I did ask you about. The T is doing a lot of extensive track work on the rapid transit system. I think
they are
some parts of the red line up near our wife, and which is fine because that's existing infrastructure that's been around for years. The our wife section, yes.
Yes, orange, green, and red line.
Now green. What's the green now? For sure. Before I start going off on a rant, that ain't true. I want to make sure, because I'll complain about something else if that ain't the case. Just making sure we're correct here.
Hold on.
It was the Green Line extension, the Medford branch. It just opened.
Green Line trains, bypass Haymarket. This all. This is pretty much. Most of this is because of Haymarket. Beginning this weekend and again on January 21st and 22nd. Riders on the Green Line needing access to Haymarket should exit their trains at either North Station or Government Center. Shuttle buses will separately replace trains between Medford/Tufts and East Somerville stations in both directions for the duration of service on Sunday. Beyond shuttle buses, Green Line riders will can also utilize Route 80 and 87 bus routes for service. Green Line train service will be replaced by shuttle bus service between North Station and Government Center on the 14th and 15th.
So it's saying this is shutting down because of Haymarket?
There is something going on, yes.
Okay.
Haymarket, there's something going on there.
So everything from Haymarket north is closed? The Green Line, it's all shuttle buses.
Yes.
Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Yes.
Okay.
So there's something going on with Haymarket. I'm not sure.
All right, I guess I can't complain.
Construction, I think.
But it just goes to show that that's the only way through. So you do some work in the center of town, meaning Haymarket, North Station, any of those stations. That means it just shuts the whole artery down. I don't understand why they can't just run the trains from the North Station and continue the train service. Why are they going to shut it all down? I don't understand that, unless it's something to do with the power and the way the power grid is. Maybe it's that. Maybe it's above my pay grade, so I guess I can't complain about that. But you just opened up a new service.
Government Center garage demolition project.
Oh, that's been a nag.
And that's
not done, huh?
A lot to do with Haymarket as well.
Okay, I understand that. That was a very difficult project. Someone passed away a few years ago when they had a partial collapse. They were worried about the tunnels being compromised. It was a scary time, and it just goes to show that you need something else to go around that artery. You need something else to loop around. And there's been talk, I've been reading up a little bit something about the Silver Line, the Chelsea Silver Line, Silver Line 3 that runs to Chelsea. But they wanted to kind of continue it and maybe try to meet up at Wellington somehow, and maybe going by, maybe servicing the casino somehow too, and continue that avenue, that loop, because they need another way through town, because that's the only. I mean, the Orange Line too. Is that being closed?
Yes.
Okay. Same area?
Government Center, Haymarket, yeah.
So those two stations, there's your bottleneck right there. Haymarket.
Yeah.
There's your bottleneck, North Station, Haymarket.
The work
both
the work
both the lines bottleneck there. And
the work is Government Center Garage.
Right.
That's why that's what's causing.
But like I said,
this.
it's just too bad that there's your bottleneck. Meaning,
Yeah.
those two stations pretty much they're the same station. North Station.
Yeah.
There's a North Station in Orange Line and Green Line. There's a North Station. There's a Green Line Haymarket North Station and Green Line and Orange Line. So there's your bottleneck, those two stations. So those lines come together. So there's no way around it. So if those stations get affected in any way, shape, or form, that means the whole north side service is shut down. All these, two lines are affected. They got to think about how to try to get around that. And I really think the Silver Line 3 might be the way to go. Not many people know about that. It's a good little route. They use the airport and not the airport, but they use the tunnel, Ted Williams Tunnel, and they go up through parts of East Boston and cross over. They use the streets, which is all right, but then they get on a right of way, which is an old track bed that runs 3 stations, and it terminates at Chelsea Station, which they move the commuter rail, so it's the same spot. But if you could ever get an access or ride a bus right away that would connect maybe Wellington, and back around to maybe Somerville, East Somerville, or maybe somewhere around there, or one of the new Green Line stations, that'd be your way around during that time, because you get off at South Station, you just jump on a Silver Line 3, they'll take you around it. That's your way around it, because you have a bottleneck situation that the city's paralyzed. The whole north side's shut down for rapid transit, if you think about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they do it on the weekends or whatnot, but if they had major problems with the tunnels during that collapse, it would have been devastated. We would still be feeling it. It would kill our economy.
Yes.
So they got to think about getting around that. They got to get around that loophole. They got to get around that bottleneck. We have a bottleneck that needs to be taken care of. Just got to figure out, because if they come, that's where they come. It's the stage of bottleneck. Those two lines come so close, and they service the same station for a while, and then they separate and go their own ways. But it's just too bad. I wanted to go to Boston next weekend and ride the new Green Line extension and check it out and report to everyone. Hey, but I'm not going to ride shuttle buses. That's like I just gotta wait.
Yeah.
So next weekend, the 21st, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right.
All right. That's my rant.
The Webb Telescope, the James Webb Telescope, Focus on Lakeville will present a program about the National Aeronautics and Space Administration's James Webb Space Telescope at 1 p.m. Friday, January 13th at the Lakeville Senior Center. Now a little bit about the James Webb Space Telescope. Space Telescope, which conducts infrared astronomy as the largest optical telescope in space. Its high resolution and sensitivity allow it to view objects too old, distant, or faint for the Hubble Space Telescope, which enables investigations across many fields of astronomy and cosmology, such as observation of the first stars, formation of the first galaxies, detailed atmospheric characterization of potentially habitable planets. It launched on Christmas 2021, so not this past Christmas, but the Christmas before. And the mission duration, about a year and 13 days have passed. It's a 5.5-year primary mission, 10 years planned, and a 20-year expected life as well. The James Webb Telescope launched on Christmas on an Airline 5 rocket from Kourou, French Guiana, and arrived at the Sun-Earth Lagrange point in January of last year. The first JWST image was released to the public via a press conference on July 11th, 2022. Now, little side note here. One of my favorite guitarists, Brian May, happens to be a big fan of NASA and astronomy. He is big into the topic of Pluto, the former planet, Pluto.
Former planet.
Former planet.
How do you go from a planet to a former planet?
I don't know. I'm not sure
what the
decision
I think they overdid themselves on that.
I really don't know what the decision was on that, but
it's a moon.
It's a moon. I really don't know. Anyway,
I wonder how Pluto feels about that.
Yeah, but yeah, Brian May, big in that community.
So is it Rush? They did a song Countdown off the Signals album in 1981, and they spent a lot of time at NASA watching the first shuttle, the Columbia launch. I think it was April 1981, I believe it was. I remember watching that in science class. Mr. Sheets' class in Central Junior High in Quincy. We watched it for the first time. It was amazing. I mean, you want to shut up a bunch of kids, rowdy kids, for about 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Reel a TV in, plug it in, and watch that. It was the only time you got to get that because everyone's sitting there with their mouths open watching that. It was history at its finest. But yeah, like Rush was big into the, and they wrote a song about the space shuttle, the first space shuttle taking off, called Countdown, which is amazing. So it's cool, and it's funny too because if you go on YouTube and you type in Countdown, or you got the original video that Rush did with them, whatever. Yeah. But then you got NASA. It's a NASA film, not a film, but their name was on it. They put their name on it, and they used that song. So for NASA to say, I'm going to use this rock band song, and we're going to put our stamp on it.
It's a pretty big endorsement.
Yeah, and that's a cool video too because it just shows all the NASA footage that NASA put in.
Yeah.
The Rush has its own, shows
its own thing.
Well, it shows the countdown, it shows the liftoff, it shows the guys at the control center, and then the band playing here. So it's just, but the NASA footage is just footage.
Yeah.
It's footage, and from them to put the stamp for Rush, that's huge. That's just showing how much respect they have for that band and how good that song is.
Yes.
So if you talk to any astronaut maybe out there and you say Rush Countdown, their eyes probably blow up because because it's such a powerful song that takes care of that moment in history, which was it was the first launch of the space shuttle Columbia. It's great. If anybody wants to see that, go on YouTube and dial it up because it's really good. And it's great too because the beginning of the song, they showed, the announcers and the way they put the music together and they blend it in, and it's just, oh my God. It's just, it's funny how you say that about Brian May because there I go, Rush. Hey, what about Rush?
A little bit more about this event. The talk will take a look at what lessons the images from the James Webb Telescope can provide about galaxies, how they form, how stars and planets are born, and how spectacular these photos may be, especially after the Webb Telescope was damaged by a piece of flying space rock. Photos from NASA and the Webb Telescope will be displayed and discussed during the event. The speaker will be Pat Muntith, who is NASA/JPL Solar System Ambassador. He was selected to that position in 2016 and has conducted several dozen programs for children and adults about NASA and various space science topics. To register, you can call 508-947-7224. Again, that's 508-947-7224. You can press 1. So, yeah. Very fun event there coming up again. That is on Friday. So that's pretty much it there. Our Today in History, we have a couple going on there. We have our Today in History is now 1790. George Washington delivers the first State of the Union address in New York City. Very important day in history. Very important day of the year when it comes to presidencies. To give the State of the Union address every year, very important for sure for any president.
Seems like it's getting later and later. I mean, usually it's the end of January. I think they had one. I think last year that Biden did his in February.
Yeah.
But as long as they do it, I mean, they have to do it. But constitutionally, they have to do it. Even
yearly.
I think they skipped 1 year. I think the election year is skipped.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Yeah.
Because I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that because I don't remember seeing one like the election year. Meaning 21 when Biden was sworn in. I'm not sure if he did one that year, but I know he did one last year.
Yeah.
So I'm not 100% sure. We should look into that.
We'll look into that, and we'll give the answer next week. 1828, the Democratic Party of the United States is organized. And in 1835, U.S. President Andrew Jackson, who was a Democrat, announces a celebratory dinner after having reduced the United States national budget to zero for the first time, for the only time. Pretty important day in history, Don. Right there, 1835.
Wow, zero, huh?
Yeah.
1836?
Yeah, 1835.
Oh, 1835. Wow.
1835. 1918, U.S. President Woodrow Wilson announces his 14 points for the aftermath of World War I. Pretty important document, the 14 points. I know Woodrow Wilson.
Aftermath?
The aftermath of
1918?
Of World War I. For the aftermath of World War I.
Well, World War I was technically still going on.
Yes, but the 14 points, he kind of wrote that for what would come next.
I think 1918 was a tough year for the United States because
it was.
I mean, they fought pretty much the whole until November 11th, 1918.
Yeah.
We're at it, The United States was at war.
And I know that during his presidency, I mean, it's looked back at now. He's one of the least popular presidents, or he's slowly going in that direction. But during the war, I think the 14 points is an important thing, for sure. One of the important documents in U.S. history, I think, and history class definitely learned about it. I think I definitely learned about 14 points in history class. So it's an important document, the 14 points.
Well, that was one of the
very important.
That was one of the larger wars since the Civil War. I mean, I know we're in the 1898 Spanish-American War.
Yeah.
But that was 3 or 4 months, and that was and the United States did really well. And they occupied a lot of territory.
Yeah.
And before that, other than maybe skirmishes with Native Americans out in the plains, so-called Indian wars, there was the Civil War, which was the big one. So I mean, and this was the first mechanized war in history.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So that was something. That was something that was huge for the United States. It was one of the biggest mobilizations, and plus our Navy was pretty big at that point.
And last day in history, pretty sad one. Sitting U.S. Congresswoman Gabby Giffords is shot along with 18 others in a mass shooting in Tucson, Arizona on January 8th, 2011. Griffith survived the assassination attempt, but 6 others died, including John Roll, a federal judge. Don, your thoughts?
Yeah, I remember
on
hearing that. That was wicked sad, and I don't know. Some people are out of their minds. It's just, it's a, you know, to be a politician, it is a dangerous job. It's just, you don't know. Not everyone agrees with you or whatnot. I mean, that's why we all got to take a step back. Just, we really don't talk politics, but watching the debate about the Speaker of the House, Kevin McCarthy, you know, was it 15 votes?
Yes.
A lot of people were like appalled, but you know what? I liked it because that's democracy at its finest, I think, in my opinion. I think they got to hash this stuff out, and they hashed it out. And for the first time, I'm sitting watching the videos. I'm watching Democrats. I'm watching AOC hanging out with a Republican comment that they're just shooting the sprees, like they're having fun, having coffee, or whatever they have. I mean, it's just like, I think they took out, just by witnessing that, it really wasn't nasty in a way. I mean, other than
at the end of the day, they're fellow Americans.
Matt Gaetz went off a little bit, but whatever. Okay.
But at the end of the day, they're fellow Americans.
Right, and I think people witnessed that. They're all hanging out because they were held hostage in Washington. They couldn't go home until they get the vote.
Yeah.
So in a way, they're forced to. And King Jeffries made a wonderful speech.
He did.
Okay.
He did.
And that was in. Kevin McCarthy also said to King Jeffries, you know, gave him a really, you know, warm reference. I mean, a warm, you know, and I just like the idea. They all were held hostage, so they got this done. And in a way, that's something that might be pushed forward. The bickering and the partisans, maybe it can just lighten up a little bit because we are all fellow Americans.
Absolutely.
So it was important to see that. And, you know, it's just like, just because, you know, Democrats and Republicans don't get along, we're still fellow Americans. And at the end of the day, we'll all stick together.
We have a phone call, but we're out of time.
Okay.
I can take that call off the air.
Okay.
Caller, call back in just a minute. But we gotta go.
Okay.
We can take that off the air. Birthdays. 1792, Lowell Mason, American composer and educator. 1935, Elvis Presley, American singer, guitarist, and actor. 1942, Stephen Hawking, English physicist and author. 1947, David Bowie. Passings on this day, 2002, Dave Thomas, the founder of Wendy's, and 2022, on this day, Michael Lang, the American concert promoter and producer, the promoter of Woodstock. All 3 of them. And that will do it for today's program. I hope everyone enjoyed. We will be back next week, the January 15th. 2022 edition, 2023 edition, I'm sorry. We'll be back next week. Bye-bye, everybody. Hi, caller, you there? No, caller? Not there. Let's see if they call me back. I doubt it.
Who do you think was trying to call at 8 o'clock?
No. I do a 3-minute news here, just by the way. I don't know. Oh. Hello? This is WVBF. Hello?
Hello, Joe.
Yep.
Joe, is your phone? Are you reading my text? Ricky.
Oh, hi. Yes, I was reading your text during the commercial breaks here. Yeah, I saw some.
I didn't hear you. All right, I'm just making sure. All right, brother. Take it easy.
Yep. Thank you. Yep. Bye.
Who's Ricky?
Rick LaSalva, Pat LaSalva. Wait a minute. I'm gonna start that over. I tried to turn this down for some reason. Okay. back to this again. Okay, there we go. Okay. Alright, I can shut that off. Alright. Turn this down. Bye-bye, everybody. Have a great rest of your Sunday.